It is time for ROFC 11B, finally! So first of all, I'd like to say thank you all for helping me reach 600 subscribers. I am planning to do something special for when I reach 635 subscribers, so stay tuned for that. So last time, I asked you the 11th prompt, which is, write about numbers. You must use a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 letter word in your response. And all 12 of you submitted a response to that prompt. 63 voters cast 746 votes. Wow, you guys broke ROFC 10's record of 61 voters by 2. I'm impressed. All responses got between 61 and 63 votes, with the average being 62.17. Of course, I'll look at AlienDude321's response first, since he is in first place. His response was, pi has a large and infinite amount of tiny decimal. Now, AlienDude321, you had a choice of prizes this episode. You chose the score guessing game, and you thought that your response got a 5.555. Let's see what score your response actually got. Whoa! You actually got a 6.435. Because you were off by 0.88, you get an 0.306 point bonus, taking your rating up to 6.741. Next up is RX the Lion, who said, I got attacked by some numbers, they're very scary. Whoa, what did the numbers ever do to you? It's possible that the numbers came out of that stereotypical math book which has way too many problems. One of those problems is the numbers being so hostile. Anyway, let's see what the voters have to say about this response. Whoa, the voters have quite the concern for you. This would have been the top rating if it weren't for the score guessing game. Perhaps I should avoid having score boosts as prizes in the future. Next up is a Doctor Who said, a number is never letters, terribly all-made cake. This response does include all 8 required lengths, but I'm not sure if not being letters and cake making really go well together in a response. It might be just random enough to catch the voters' attention though, let's see if it did so. A 5.115. It seems like a good rating from the surface, but remember that both AlienDude321 and RX the Lion got ratings in excess of 6, so this might not be a good rating in the context of this prompt. Next up is Anonymous, who said, I think some numbers are just so negative, Rose-AA. Indeed, Anonymous, half of all numbers are negative. Although if we look at the absolute value of each number, every number is positive. You just have to look hard enough and this response can easily be refuted. Let's see what the voters think. Some voters looked hard enough, but others didn't. This led to this response being quite controversial. Still, it's enough to beat a Doctor Who, so you're safe. Next up is Snoop Frog, who said, I tried dividing by 0 and introduced masked error. That's a pretty cool pun you've got there, Snoop Frog. You even managed to use all 8 required lengths, the pun sneaking in to fill the 6-letter word's place. Let's see what the voters think of this response. Whoa! This is one of the best puns the voters have seen thus far. It's so good, it takes you above even Anonymous into 3rd place overall, and above even AlienDude321 into 1st place for the round. Next up is Ed King, who said, numbers interest many people. I am one of those. I am also one of those people who has an interest in numbers. So are many, many other people. I bet this response got a pretty high rating from voters. Let's see if it did. It seems that it did. Although 6.148 in this prompt is actually a rather meh score, But it might not be. We still have the second half of responses to judge. We've reached the halfway point. Next up is Object Show Author, who said, 0 cannot be divided due to an annoying error. Excuse me, shouldn't it be an annoying error rather than a annoying error? I presume you used a instead of an in order to fill the requirement of having a one-letter word, but as you can see by the other responses by Judge, you could have taken another path entirely. Let's see what the voters have to say. Whoa! Apparently the voters love responses about dividing by 0. I guess that's their biggest curiosity since calculators won't let you divide by 0. Anyway, 6.952 was enough to take you up 3 spots to 4th place overall. Next up is Samer Gamer. He said, number, noun, a quantity or amount. This is a big problem. It's missing 3 lengths. It didn't use a 3, 5, or 7-letter word. That's 3 out of 8, or 37.5% of the lengths missing. It's time to find out how much sympathy voters gave you for your denotation. Oh no, voters seem to have almost no sympathy for those who sin prompts. That was the cause of Andy Pham and Tennis Ball Miguel's demise as well. Will you survive? The odds are starting to tip against your favor. We've hit the 2/3 mark, and Pi314271 is the 9th ROFCer to be judged. He said, once 7 and 11 became numerals on a pantry. Even though 7 was mentioned in your response, it still doesn't excuse the fact that your response didn't have a 7-letter word in it. Was it a mistake, or a lack of effort? The voters will answer that question. 4.127. That's way better than Samer Gamer, who missed 3 lengths, so now you're safe. Hopefully your mistake won't come back to haunt you in the future. Tenth up is Mega Minecrafter 1. In order to be safe, your response, numbers, very useful tools that help people count, must achieve at least a 4.046. That doesn't seem like much, but this response is missing the lengths of 1, 2, 3, and 7. That's 4 missing lengths, even worse than Samer Gamer. How much sympathy did the voters have for you? Oh no, the voters were clearly in concert to pan your response. You got a terrible average rating and a very low standard deviation. Second last up is Tony Bo, who needs to get a 3.068 or higher to be safe into ROFC 12. His response was, an infinite amount of numbers exist. A lot of them. Indeed, Tony Bo, an infinite amount of numbers exist, and infinity is definitely a lot. Time to see if the voters think you made it at least a competent response. Wow, you broke the safety threshold by 3.583 points. That's overkill right there. It actually moves you up 3 spots to 8th place, even above Pi314271. Last but not least is Cloudy Explosive 2. Either you or Mega Minecrafter 1 will be eliminated, and it all depends on whether or not your response, a number can be mapped, numbers are still accepted, got at least a 3.764. It's time to see whether or not you made it. You made it! Congratulations! However, that means Mega Man Grindcrafter 1 is eliminated. Mega Minecrafter 1. You started off with a bang in ROFC 1, but then you deteriorated through ROFC 4. Then you shone again in ROFC 5, but it was only a 1-episode wonder. You started deteriorating again in ROFC 6 through 8. ROFC 9 and 10 were okay episodes for you, but you screwed up ROFC 11, causing your elimination. Goodbye, Mega Minecrafter 1. To summarize, here's everyone's rank and score. Prize winners are shown in green, eliminated contestants are shown in red. If you're eliminated, you won't be able to send me any more responses to upcoming ROFC prompts. As you can see, Cloudy Explosive 2 actually survived a 57.93% chance of elimination. Nice work, Cloudy Explosive 2! So I reran the ROFC simulation program to account for the ROFC 11 results, and this is what I got. Wow, it seems that ROFC is starting to become even more unbalanced, with Alien Dude 321 now in excess of a 50% chance of winning ROFC. What's more, Alien Dude 321, RX the Lion, and Snoop Frog were only eliminated in 0, 1, and 2 simulations respectively, so they're all basically immune. The elimination chances clearly show why you shouldn't screw up this prompt, or be Cloudy Explosive 2. All three of them have more than a 15% chance of elimination, with Samer Gamer's chance of being eliminated exceeding 50%. To the remaining 11 of you, it's time for ROFC 12. You 11 are now in the top 37% of ROFC. The 12th prompt is, if you suddenly knew everything there was to know, how would you use that knowledge? Send in your response by October 7th, 2016 using the form in the description. I'll see you all in ROFC 12A!